afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live Before. Dennis, you're not part of the open, I think.
Yeah.
Dennis, our floor director. No, you don't get as paid as much as I do.
We've got to get Dennis on camera. We're having conversations with Dennis. Nobody sees Dennis.
I don't think he wants to be on camera. Busy day, so let's get right to it. Topping our news today, in the last 2 weeks, Madison Public Schools have filled some teacher openings, but there are still more than 100 to fill. McKenna Alexander has the numbers for us.
Serena Williams won the first matchup of what is likely her last run at the U.S. Open. We'll tell you when you can catch her next.
And President Biden is in Pennsylvania to discuss gun crime and other issues ahead of this November's election. Let's take a look outside. Picture perfect today. A little windy, but getting that humidity out of here.
It felt so good. Open the windows, air out the house.
Yeah, nice and pleasant. Words we like to hear. And Julian's in the backyard. Great day today.
Man, today just gets an A+ all around. Outside of some breezy conditions, the sunshine, blue skies, and the temperatures feeling so great. Man, you gotta love today. Now, as we take a look at our almanac, we're just on par, close to what we are seasonally around this time of year. So far, our highs at 77 degrees for us, and things are just continuing to be great around southern Wisconsin. 79 degrees in Janesville with 76 in Platteville. One of the lone 80s is in Lone Rock at 81 degrees, no pun intended. But as we take a look at our dew points around southern Wisconsin into the low 50s, very, very comfortable here in southern Wisconsin. As we take a look at the last 24 hours, we've seen significant changes, especially for Janesville, which has seen around a 20-degree change over the last 24 hours. Tonight, looking for more cool conditions, plenty of clear skies as well. And as we take a look at our traffic and what we're going to be expecting, well, smooth conditions so far around the Beltline. A little bit of a slow spot westbound as of right now. But as we take a look over towards the interstate in areas we are still looking pretty green, which means everything is smooth sailing as we're getting our 4 p.m. commute going. We'll talk more about how long this great weather will stick around in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. In the last 2 weeks, Madison Public Schools have filled some teacher openings, but there are still more than 100.
The district hopes an announcement today from Governor Evers helps fill more of those jobs, even though it won't help fill them all before the school starts in just a few days. McKenna Alexander tells us what the governor had to say today. McKenna?
Yeah, in the past hour, a district spokesman gave me an update on teacher openings and MSD. Right now, it's at 134. At one of Madison's many elementary schools today, Governor Evers announced he's directing $75 million in federal funds to help districts like Madison fill some of those openings. So it equates to nearly $100 extra per student in each school district in the state. Schools can use it to recruit and retain teachers, plus buy more supplies for classrooms. Districts don't need to spend all of the money at once.
We can and we have to do more. I said that when I signed my first budget. I said it when I signed my second budget, and I said it every time I called the legislature in the special sessions to use readily available state resources to invest in our kids and our schools. Every kid deserves to have access to high-quality public education from early childhood to our university and technical college systems, regardless of where their zip code is.
Now, of these $75 million, MMSD will receive $2.4 million, second only to Milwaukee Public Schools. Madison does have offers out to more than 100 candidates of their 134 openings. The spokesperson told me they're still waiting to hear back on those offers. In the meantime, MMSD does have 275 substitutes available as certified long-term subs. Now, some other local districts have also received significant funding. Coming up at 5, I'll tell you how much places like Waunakee, Janesville, and Beloit are getting.
We will see you at 5, McKenna. Thank you. Governor Evers' opponent, Tim Michels, released a statement this afternoon saying in part no amount of federal COVID aid can paper over Evers' record of denying parents' rights, refusing to reopen schools, vetoing curriculum transparency, and standing by as education standards plummet across the state.
Local officials and advocacy groups praised the benefits of the Inflation Reduction Act today at Fitchburg Family Pharmacy. Fitchburg Mayor Aaron Richardson was joined by state lawmakers who noted the bill signed by President Biden 2 weeks ago is supposed to drastically reduce the cost of prescription drugs. Thad Schumacher from the Fitchburg Family Pharmacy explained that it's not the pharmacy that benefits when drugs are made more expensive.
What's actually true is that the drugs that are most expensive are the least profitable for a pharmacy. In fact, many prescriptions that we fill for insulin, we fill for a reimbursement rate that's less than what we paid for it. So in essence, we're doing it for free, or we're actually paying to fill those prescriptions.
Under the Inflation Reduction Act, 80 prescription drugs will have Medicare price negotiations by 2030, and almost 60,000 Wisconsinites on Medicare will have insulin copays capped at $35 a month.
A state of emergency has been declared in Jackson, Mississippi, where a water crisis is developing. Weekend flooding severely damaged a water treatment plant there, leaving close to 200,000 people without safe water to drink, to fight fires, or to even flush toilets for the foreseeable future. Schools have also been shut down. Now thousands of people are unable to commit their day-to-day tasks.
The water is not safe to drink, and I would even say it's not safe to brush your teeth with because we are not seeing adequate chlorination and inability to consistently disinfect the water.
Children in Jackson public schools and local universities have now pivoted to virtual learning, while many businesses were forced to shut down, and there is still no timeline on when the problems at the plant will be fixed.
Today, President Biden traveled to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, just a half hour away from his birthplace of Scranton.
His big speech was focused on efforts to stop crime and gun violence, but the president also has the midterm election on his mind as his party fights to retain control of the House and Senate.
Natalie Brand has more from Washington.
President Biden took the stage in northeastern Pennsylvania to tout his Safer America plan to reduce gun crime. He's calling for billions of dollars to hire and train police and a ban on assault weapons.
When it comes to public safety in this nation, the answer is not defund the police, it's fund the police. Fund the police.
Public safety has become a midterm campaign issue, and with elections a little more than 2 months out, the president is back on the road to make the pitch for his party.
To this day, the MAGA Republicans in Congress defend the mob that stormed the Capitol on January 6th. You can't be a party of law and order and call the people who attacked the police on January 6th patriots.
Democrats believe the Keystone State's open races for Senate and governor, plus several competitive House races, are key to their chances this November.
Recent CBS News polls show abortion emerging as a motivator to get Democratic supporters to the polls. Meanwhile, Republicans are honing in on inflation and the economy.
This isn't an administration came in and just had some bad luck. Out-of-control deficit spending caused the inflation. A war on fossil fuels caused record gas prices.
Thursday, the president plans to give a major primetime address outside Philadelphia's Independence Hall, taking aim at what he calls an extreme GOP agenda and the threat to the rule of law. As campaigns kick into high gear on Labor Day, the president will visit Pittsburgh, followed by a stop in Wisconsin and Ohio later in the week, two more big Senate and gubernatorial battlegrounds. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Democratic Senate candidate John Fetterman did not attend the president's speech today. The White House said he had a scheduling conflict. He has a slight lead over TV personality Dr. Mehmet Oz. Former President Trump is backing Dr. Oz and has a rally with GOP candidates in the Keystone State planned this weekend.
And this just in, Russian news agencies are reporting that former Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev has died at the age of 91. He served as the country's final head of state from 1988 until 1991, presiding over the end of the Cold War. U.S.
and Russian authorities say they are discussing a potential prisoner swap that could free WNBA star Brittany Griner and Marine veteran Paul Whelan. Earlier this year, Marine veteran Trevor Reed was freed in a prisoner swap after spending nearly 3 years in Russian detention. After nearly 1,000 days behind bars in Russia, Reed says he has a good idea what Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan are going through. He shared his experience with CBS This Morning.
The detention facility where Brittany Griner is being held is probably going to be significantly better than the forced labor camp where Paul is currently being held.
Reed says Russian detention centers and labor camps are dirty, the food is often rotten, and the guards hate Americans. Now back at home in Fort Worth, Texas, he told both Greiner and Whelan that the highest levels of the U.S. government are attempting to get them out of Russia. In the nearly 4 months since he's been back, Reed says he's gained back a lot of the weight that he lost, and he's feeling good, both physically and mentally.
The civil war in Tigre is leaving millions of Ethiopians, including infants, nearly starving. Government forces agreed to cease the fighting to accept aid in March, but many are still yet to be reached. Now that the fighting is starting again, the region's food crisis worsens.
I can tell you that the humanitarian crisis in Tigray is more than Ukraine, without any exaggeration. And I said it many months ago, maybe the reason is the color of the skin of the people in Tigray.
In response, the Director General's comments about the international response to Tigray's civil war, the Ethiopian government called the statement, quote, unethical. The UN says the war has left over 90% of the region in need of humanitarian assistance.
A CDC advisory committee will meet on Thursday this week to discuss Pfizer and Moderna's updated COVID-19 boosters. While the current shots are successful at keeping people out of the hospital, the update is tailored to the contagious Omicron variant strains, which are driving most U.S. infections. Both companies have requested emergency use authorization from the FDA. The FDA is targeting a rollout by mid-September. The CDC will determine who will qualify first.
Serena Williams won in the first matchup of what is likely to be her last run at the U.S. Open. Onlookers in the crowd last night included director Spike Lee and former President Bill Clinton, as well as Williams' friends and family.
It's so important to give your all, no matter what you do, no matter how many obstacles you face. Like, I've been down and out so many times and in the public eye. You just never give up. And it sounds cliche, but that really means something.
Williams' daughter, Olympia, could be seen sporting white beads in her hair to pay tribute to her mother's first time competing at the tournament in the 1990s. She thanked fans for continuing to support her and was met with a message the crowd created saying, "We heart Serena." Her next match is set for tomorrow. Well, still to come at 4, they were the bane of every high school student, the SAT and ACT college entrance exams, and the results could affect the rest of your life.
When we come back, are they still required and are they necessary to help ensure a successful career? We'll get some advice about that when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days, looking for 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Call Wisconsin's #1 remodeler, Mad City Baths, your trusted local source for baths, showers, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day. 20 homeowners who call now will receive special savings with free installation on a new bath or shower. But these are the final days. 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program and receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
The Green Grass program put on by First Tee is making a difference here on the golf course and off. Ashlyn, tell us what First Tee is. I know people hear that, they think of golf. It's so much more than just the game of golf.
It truly is. So underneath our umbrella, we're kind of divided into 2 different categories. One is our learning centerpiece, and the other is what we call life skills experience. And with that, we're able to work with the community. We have partnerships with school districts, community centers, and we offer what we're doing here today called Green Grass programming. It was really cool because before COVID, we were serving more than 17,000 kids in Wisconsin. Last year, we're getting that number back up to more than 12,000 kids, but it's just providing an overall golf experience to make golf more of an inclusive sport, as well as teaching important life skills.
Brad, tell us a little bit about First Tee's Green Grass program and what that all entails.
Well, usually it's during the non-school time during the summer. We're outside twice a week and using the 9 core values of the First Tee and trying to use them on the golf course, and then how can you apply it off the golf course as well.
So much more than just we're going to get you good at using your driver and your fairway wood.
Oh no. It's all about teaching you about yourself and how you can respect the other people in your surroundings.
I know you have a favorite core value. What is that?
Mine is respect. Respect for yourself, respect for others, and respect for your surroundings.
What's that like when you can really see a difference in kids that you've worked with and you see it hitting home and that light bulb going off?
It's rewarding is what it is. But the best part is when I talk to the parents and they tell me how they express some of those core values that they're seeing away from the course and at home. That's my favorite part.
And if they pick up a few skills along the way, even better.
Oh, darn. Yeah. Oh, darn.
I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Welcome back. Uber is taking action to help improve safety for its users.
Customers will now be able to connect with a live agent from ADT Security. Uber officials say the agent will monitor the entire route. Uber says this can help ease potentially uncomfortable situations like a driver running low on gas or a ride through an unfamiliar neighborhood. Lyft has had this security feature for the past few years. Both Uber and Lyft are facing numerous individual assault claims lawsuits alleging that the companies don't do enough to protect riders.
Actor Chris Rock says he has turned down the opportunity to host the Oscars once again. During a stand-up show in Phoenix this weekend, Rock says he was asked to host the Academy Awards again next year and joked that would be like returning to a crime scene. 5 months after his onstage slap by actor Will Smith, Rock revealed he was approached to host the show for a third time. The Motion Picture Academy has not commented on it.
The battle against inflation could strike a major blow to the job market. According to the analysis from RSM Monday, if the Federal Reserve revises its inflation target to 3%, the economy would still need to slow down, resulting in a loss of about 1.7 million jobs. That would cause the national unemployment rate to rise from 3.5% to 4.6%. And that, researchers say, is the best case scenario. If the Fed focuses on getting inflation to drop back to 2%, up to 5.3 million jobs could vanish.
Many businesses are still looking for workers, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. There were roughly 11.2 million jobs available in the U.S. last month. That's a slight rise from June's revised total of 11 million jobs. July's numbers boil down to nearly 2 available positions per job seeker, which is the exact opposite of what the Federal Reserve wants as it fights to tone down inflation.
Stocks slid for a third straight day as rate pressures weigh on the markets. The Dow Industrials fell another 308 points, closing at 31,790. The Nasdaq fell another 134 points, and the S&P 500 was off 44. Well, since the start of the pandemic, there's been a bit of an upheaval in the world of college admission and standardized testing.
Many schools are now test optional, meaning that students can submit ACT or SAT test scores if they would like.
Many parents and students wonder, should they even bother taking the test? Thomas Fellows is an author who's written extensively on this subject. He joins us now via Zoom. Welcome to Live at 4.
Yes, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
The initial question, should parents and students even worry about taking the ACTs?
Well, I don't think we in this country should focus so much on standardized testing. I coached the Morehouse College sales team a few years ago, and I found an interesting relationship between ACT and SAT scores and worker readiness that's never been studied before. Notice how I say worker readiness and not college readiness. Basically, 2 of my students made 16s on their ACT, yet they could have gone on to make 6 figures in a white-collar job in technology sales. So many times we write off students because they score low on these standardized testing, and because of that, they can't get a white-collar, good-paying job, and something needs to be looked at with the system we currently have now.
I guess you begin at figuring out whether college is even the right decision for you in the first place, right?
Yeah, well, Susan, college, they measure raw intelligence, but they don't measure practical intelligence. Practical intelligence, as defined by Robert Sternberg, is knowing what to say to whom, when to say it, and how to say it with maximum effect. Additionally, colleges measure convergent thinking, but not divergent thinking. Divergent thinking is like creativity. It's saying how many solutions to a problem you can have, such as how many uses a tin can have. And convergent thinking is doing a math problem or a physics problem. And I've seen my mentor have success. My mentor's the CEO of ServiceNow, and he made $165 million last year, and he credits his success to owning his own deli at age 16 and not going to college. And he went to Dowling College, which is a college so nebulous it doesn't even exist today. So I'm not going to comment on whether or not I think that Joe Biden did the right thing and, doing the $10,000 worth of student loan debt. But I am going to say we need to look at the big picture, especially to help the middle and the lower class and even the upper middle class, because everybody is affected by the cost of college.
But some careers require a college degree.
Well, today they do, but we could change that through, government action, where basically what we need to do is we need to do a government study where jobs require skills instead of just a college education, and that would make it fairer for everybody. And Donald Trump has been behind this a few years ago when he decreed that no longer to have a government job, you no longer have to have a college education. And this is bipartisan. This got started with my home state in Texas with Lizzie Fletcher, who's a Democrat. So this is something that 95% of people can get behind.
All right. Interesting thoughts, and see what the future holds. Thomas, thanks for being with us today.
Thomas, great to see you today. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Well, still to come before finding workplace happiness.
We'll find out what one local company is doing to achieve that coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
Are you tired of your old bath or shower and ready for a change? Mad City Baths makes bathroom upgrades affordable. We install in as little as 1 day. And surfaces are infused with Microban for 24/7 protection against germs and bacteria. Our customers appreciate the easy cleaning.
When you do cleaning and you go to the bathroom and you have to spend 45 minutes in there, now you can go in and spray in 5 minutes, you're done.
Don't put off upgrading your bathroom. Final days for 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower to receive free installation. 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. And we'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program and receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Allergy sufferers, bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
All right, Limo, give me a socket wrench, pliers, and a phone open at libertymutual.com. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And a blowtorch.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
What's so great about being a Pick and Save Boost member? Free delivery on the Pick and Save products you love. And more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Pick and Save Fresh Perks. A new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at pickandsave.com.
Wisconsinites don't back down from hard work. We got self-starters and never-stoppers. Folks who help feed a nation. Pioneers in innovation. Teachers and third shifters like my parents. You deserve a senator who protects your jobs, not one who sends them overseas. I work to bring manufacturing back home so we can make things in Wisconsin again. When we harness what we have, we can change where we're going. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Take a look at this. It's the running of the Rexes. This fan-favorite showcase of athletic prehistoric hysterics returned to the Emerald Downs racetrack in Washington for the first time in 3 years. And this year, it was bigger than ever. More than 150 runners donned inflatable T-Rex costumes and ran for the finish line. In the end, only one champ could be named in both the adult and runner categories, but let's face it, the spectators were the real winners here.
I love those things.
I love those things, too. They can do anything.
Every winter, somebody puts on a T-Rex costume with their snowblower,
right? Yeah.
and it's the cutest thing ever.
Or cutting the lawn, or washing the car.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Well, great Scott. Did you say DeLorean?
You may have heard, after 40 years, there is finally a new model of the iconic sports car from the Back to the Future movies. But the new DeLorean Alpha 5 electric car looks nothing like the last model made before the company went out of business in 1982. It still has the trademark gull-wing doors, but that's pretty much where the similarities end. The DeLorean from the movies was an icon of modern design, but the designers of the Alpha 5 had a 40-year gap to fill in. Turns out they based the new car on DeLorean's second model, which never got made. The designers pretended the car's evolution had never stopped, imagining and making quarter-scale models of the Alpha 2 through 4 models. The resulting design was the Alpha 5, a DeLorean 40 years in the making.
But does it have that one part? What's it called?
The flux capacitor?
Flux capacitor.
Yeah.
You have to have that.
Right.
Probably doesn't at this point.
Probably not.
I left it 40 years back.
All right, great weather.
Hopefully it sticks around for a while, which is what we get to talk about.
Beautiful.
Because, man, we got to love these blue skies. But we're going to have your first one forecast coming up right after the break.
The installation went really nice.
They were awesome. I appreciated those guys so much.
And they do it in one day and are so helpful.
Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers and an A+ rating with the BBB. We can convert your old bathtub into an easy access walk-in shower or a new walk-in tub with hydrotherapy installed in as little as 1 day, backed with a double lifetime labor warranty. We're ready to take your call. Final days for 20 homeowners to receive special savings with free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Plus, we'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Angie's List is losing the list. From now on, it's just Angie.
Oh, I get it. You're all Gen Z now.
Not exactly. Hi, it's because now you can compare upfront prices and book a service instantly.
Sounds easy.
Super easy. Start your home project at Angie.com.
In 1983, Senator Johnson's daughter was born with a serious heart defect. Dedicated doctors and nurses saved her life. Family became the most important thing in his life, and it still is. He has always enjoyed the simple things in life: the outdoors, fishing, hiking, camping, cross-country skiing, Packer and Badger games, rec league softball, and playing guitar. And did I mention fishing? As a U.S. Senator, he fought to secure tax cuts for 95% of American Main Street businesses so they could stay competitive with the big guys and survive the pandemic. His right to try law has given terminal patients freedom and hope and saved many lives. And his Joseph Project has transformed lives by helping people get good-paying jobs and be proud of earning their own success. Senator Johnson went to Washington for all the right reasons. I should know because I am that daughter, and I've been watching my dad help others for 39 years.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about just how gorgeous things are for the rest of our afternoon going into the evening. Blue skies are going to be anticipated throughout the rest of the day, and by the time we get into tonight, we're looking at a clear night ahead. Temperatures will fall into the upper to lower 60s by the time we get into the later part of tonight, which is going to set the stage for another comfortable one for us. Wind speeds are on the breezy side. We're about the single digits into Mineral Point and Madison, but for Janesville and Platteville into the mid-teens in areas north, we can see from Boscobel to Lone Rock still into the teens as well with 14 miles per hour winds into the Dells. Now taking a look forward tonight, our low by the time we get into our Wednesday morning is going to be around 59 degrees. It is going to be comfortable, folks, as dew points are still not going to be very high at all. Now as we take a look at what we're seeing, dry conditions, thankfully, but over the last 72 hours, we saw some significant rainfall totals throughout the weekend where we saw heavy storms that brought in plenty of rainfall, where some areas over the last 72 hours have seen close to around 2 to 3 inches of rain, and especially near Dane County, we had a couple of spots that saw around 3 inches of rain. But now that's all done. We're looking at dry conditions for the next few days for us as a high pressure system. It's going to be settling into the Great Plains and into the upper Midwest, so cool and mild air is going to continue as we're getting that northwesterly flow, and thanks to that cold front that swept through, dew points themselves have dropped to more comfortable levels, which is going to just be flat out great for us. Heading into this evening, we're going to start to see around dinner time temperatures rather comfortable still into the upper 60s, and then overnights we'll be into those lower mid to upper 50s, and then by the time we head into our Wednesday morning, we're going to see those low 60s and upper 50s as well. Going into our Wednesday afternoon, more sunshine, but temperatures will be a bit more mild. It's going to be into the upper 70s by the time we get into the lunchtime hour. And then around 3 o'clock, as we're picking the kiddos from school, we're going to see a bit more warmer temperatures. The low 80s will start to roll their way in, but the good news is we're still getting that northwesterly flow, so things are still going to be rather comfortable throughout the course of our day. Around our 5 p.m. commutes, still rather uniform into those low 80s, but still plenty of sunshine as well as we head into our Wednesday nights. Going to be looking for a starry night to clear into the once we get into our overnight hours for our Thursday. So we're not looking at much change until we get into the later part of this week. Late Friday nights, we have a shot of seeing some rain or potentially even some thunderstorms starting to develop in the overnight hours. That will carry into the very early mornings of Saturday, but outside of that, it is still going to be a very minimal side of rainfall, maybe a quarter to a half of an inch for southern Wisconsin, but overall things are going to stay rather dry, especially as we get into the rest of our holiday weekend. The only real thing to note here is that we will start to warm up into those lower to upper, to middle 80s by the time we get into Friday. But outside of that, this weekend is going to shape up to be beautiful once again. Plenty of sunshine, upper to mid 70s, and heading into next week, we're still looking at great weather to stick around for us for the near future. So, gotta say, aside from just seeing one little shot of some storms, it's going to be pretty great.
Nice start to September. That's your good car wash forecast for you. It is. Mark.
It's
you
going
like
to be
that?
a perfect car wash. I forgot to mention that.
All right, Julian, thank you.
Thanks, Julian.
Well, a new study reveals a dire prediction about the state of our planet over the next 80 years.
The study finds Greenland's rapidly melting ice sheet will raise global sea levels by nearly a foot. That is twice more than previously thought. And the culprit, something called zombie ice. That is doomed ice that will inevitably melt because it isn't getting replenished due to global warming.
When I was young, I can remember we used to have a packed ice where we can walk on it. But now the packed ice is not so solid anymore.
NASA says Greenland's ice sheet is the main cause of the Earth's swelling seas, and even if all the planet-cooking pollution stopped today, the climate report predicts oceans would still rise to dangerous heights. Scientists say the amount of ice Greenland could eventually lose would cover the entire United States in 37 feet of water. That is about as high as a 3-story building.
Well, that's not encouraging news.
We're full of good news. Yeah. Zombie ice. That's another phrase for you.
Glad I'm old.
Well, local business is on a mission to help its employees achieve life-changing goals in the 608.
Josh Breiter takes us to Rock County, where United Alloy is putting workplace happiness front and center.
It inspired me to do more, more art, gave me more confidence in myself.
In downtown Janesville, you'll find Gloria the Eagle, but the story about how it got here, pretty amazing for Richard Lascano.
It was like a real dream come true.
For Lascano, his dream all started with this painting at United Alloy in Rock County, where he's been a welder for 8 years.
I'm just thinking to myself, I might as well try this program out to see what it's all about. The Dream Generators program helped me mentally be able to get everything in line.
United Alloy put the Dream Generators program in place a few years ago with the help of Coach Bob.
Have to have the right attitude and the desire and the drive to achieve.
You might recognize Bob Growney. Yes! He retired from Edgewood High School as principal after 40 years in education, but then had a new calling, Dream Generators coach. Coach Bob says it's all about breaking down the barriers and saying yes.
It's not me that does this. It's trying to mine that out of them so that they have the attitude and the right energy to accomplish what they want to accomplish. When you talk to people, they all have dreams. And so it was a matter of pinning those dreams down and taking baby steps to build confidence first and then eventually get into their final dream.
And for United Alloy, having employees feeling fulfilled in both work and personal life is a win-win.
Helping your employees have a better life overall, whether it's here or outside of work, is going to help your bottom line too. So why would you not? Absenteeism has dropped, and overall, I think people are just, even if they aren't seeing Coach Bob, they feel good about saying, oh, my company offers this.
Lascano tells me it's humbling as his family moved here to the States to live out the American dream.
And I'm hoping that this inspires not just my family, but other people around too, that just because you start in a situation doesn't mean you got to end in that situation.
It's that inspiration driving Richard forward with fresh perspective and new dreams.
I like the ups and downs and the not knowing, what's going to happen. That feeds me, I guess.
About 30 to 40 other people have had the same experience at United Alloy, which prides itself on being a family business.
There are a couple of other companies here in Wisconsin that have a program similar to this one. More should be that way.
Yes.
Well, coming up next here on Live at 4, maybe you drink it in the morning or at noon to refuel. It's hard to imagine a day without coffee. Consumer Reports will suggest how much you should drink.
And then coming up next hour at 5, across the nation, students are being forgiven $10,000 in student loans, but Wisconsinites have to pay taxes on that money. Will Keneally will tell us how much, coming up at 5.
Attention homeowners, final days for 20 homeowners to take advantage of special savings on a new bath or shower from Mad City Baths. Our in-home design consultants make it fun and easy to create your dream bath or shower, customized to fit your needs, with a great selection of styles from custom tub to shower conversions to easy access walk-in tubs. Choose from premium wall colors like Santa Cruz, Othello, and Quartz. Time's running out. Final days to be one of 20 homeowners who receive free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Last chance to call during this program and receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
My wife and I worked hard for decades. We thought our retirement was secure.
But inflation is changing everything. Gas, groceries. It's hard for retirees on fixed incomes. But I'm even more worried about the debt we're leaving our grandchildren.
Senator Ron Johnson understands we must get spending under control.
And he's working to stop the waste in Washington.
Tell Senator Johnson to keep fighting for Wisconsin seniors and the next generation.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go! With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with even faster speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look. With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Call now.
New at 5, $90 million are being funded into public education, grades K through 12. News 3 now inspects how the aid will be used to overcome the problems plaguing schools around the state.
I think today's weather is some of the nicest that we've had all summer. In fact, we're looking at sunny skies and dry weather with near or slightly above normal temperatures well into next week. Right now, I see only one chance for rain. I'll tell you when that'll be at 5.
And ahead at 6, student loan relief is coming up short as Wisconsin plans to tax the aid. We ask how much students will need to pay out tonight at 6.
Well, this cannot be a live shot.
No, I don't
If
think
not,
so.
there's something terribly wrong.
Oh, no.
This is Grand Rapids, Michigan, it says on our script.
I think it's actually Ukraine.
Oh.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Now we got it.
What's the temperature there? We don't know. It's not darkness.
Whoops.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. How many cups of coffee you drink a day?
Oh, that's a really good. You know me. I'm kind of an all-day
You
sipper.
can drink coffee at 9 o'clock at night.
And we have a Keurig now in the newsroom, which is right next to my desk, which is not a good. That's not a good thing.
I think I do 4.
Yeah, it's probably. Yeah, I'm probably about the same. Yeah. Well, maybe you drink it in the morning or at noon to refuel. It's hard to imagine a day. Try going a day without coffee. It's not easy.
No, and the good news is that drinking coffee can be good for you.
So how do you know how much is too much? Leah Linscheid in Consumer Reports explains.
Is that first sip of coffee the best part of your morning? Well, good news. Coffee can actually be good for you.
Coffee could actually lower your risk of certain liver diseases, some types of cancers, and type 2 diabetes. And there's some evidence that it can also lower your risk of heart disease and respiratory disease.
Other research even suggests that if you drink coffee, you could live longer than non-coffee drinkers, in part because coffee is rich in antioxidants. Great, but how much coffee is healthy and how much is too much?
In general, the average person can safely consume up to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, the amount in 3 to 5 cups of coffee.
If you have a medical condition or caffeine sensitivity, it's always best to check with your doctor and always listen to your body. If your heart is thumping much faster than usual and you feel extra shaky and jittery, it's probably time to lay off. And if you love coffee but still want to sleep at night, Consumer Reports says finish your last cup around 2 p.m. That way the majority of caffeine you've consumed has left your body by bedtime. And while generally coffee can be good for you, Consumer Reports says it's still important to pay attention to what you add to your coffee drink.
For every teaspoon of sugar you add, you're consuming 16 calories. And 2 ounces of whole milk adds another 38 calories and 2 grams of fat. Just something to think about when you reach for that next cup.
For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid.
And if you'd like to alternate between coffee and tea during the day, Consumer Reports says that can be good for you too.
Right. In a study published last year, researchers found that people who drank 2 to 3 cups of coffee plus 2 to 3 cups of tea per day had a 30% lower risk of dementia and stroke compared with people who didn't drink either.
6 cups.
That's a lot.
Find me in the bathroom.
That's a lot.
Still to come at 4, it's time for our weekly COVID update.
Plus, the first fatal case of monkeypox is reported in the United States. We'll have more on all of that when Live at 4 continues.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
My wife and I worked hard for decades. We thought our retirement was secure.
But inflation is changing everything. Gas, groceries. It's hard for retirees on fixed incomes. But I'm even more worried about the debt we're leaving our grandchildren.
Senator Ron Johnson understands we must get spending under control.
And he's working to stop the waste in Washington.
Tell Senator Johnson to keep fighting for Wisconsin seniors and the next generation.
Your spirit is stronger than your highs and lows. Your creativity can outshine any bad day because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms and ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Once daily Vraylar is proven to treat depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High cholesterol and weight gain, and high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. You are greater than your bipolar 1. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
At Pick and Save, we believe local produce shouldn't be hard to find. That's why we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you fresher than fresh produce.
You got everything I need. You're like medicine to me. Oh, baby, you.
Because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
With the right tools and a little hard work, you can do it yourself. And with the right kind of paint, you can finish the job faster. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains exceeds your expectations with products that can cover your walls in one coat. So instead of another coat of paint, you can finally get outside. One coat paint means time better spent. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains, exclusively at Menards.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
And a quick look at our traffic as of right now, as we are seeing along the Beltline some smooth operating as we're getting in throughout the rest of our 4 p.m. commutes and into the interstates. We're also looking all green, so we're getting things rolling for us. It's going to do it for our traffic update. Let's send it back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. Good gourd, that's one big pumpkin. It weighs 846 pounds, and its name is Berta. And Dwayne Hansen of Nebraska spent his 60th birthday in it, paddling 38 miles down the Missouri River. It was an 11-hour pumpkin spice pilgrimage. Hansen was hoping it'll help squash a world record.
There's some good writing.
And end it with a little champagne or beer or something.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Perhaps. Well, the federal government is suspending its program to provide free at-home COVID tests to people nationwide.
Americans will no longer be eligible to receive the free kits, and that will begin on Friday.
Also breaking news today, Texas has confirmed the first death of a patient with monkeypox in the U.S. Dr. Dan Shirley is the medical director of infection prevention at UW Health. He joins us. Welcome to Live at 4.
Hi, Dr. Shirley. Good to see you.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Let's start with the monkeypox, the fatal case in Texas. Is this spreading, monkeypox?
Well, yeah, in some ways, I think right now we're still in that mode of finding cases. The case numbers have been relatively steady in the United States and in some places dropping. But, the important thing here is just be aware that it's still happening and aware of the symptoms and the things that are possible.
But this is nowhere near a COVID concern.
It's not, it's just a completely different disease, different transmission, and different rates of severe disease. The thing that is the same, though, is it's a new disease to us. And so up front here, it's all about testing, finding cases, preventing more cases, and treating those people that we find have monkeypox.
Okay, let's talk about COVID a little bit as we're getting ready to start a new school year, and we're going to be heading indoors, and the weather's going to be cooling off. Can you tell us what the current COVID situation is in southern Wisconsin?
Yeah, so, throughout this pandemic, we've seen rises in cases and fall down to lower levels. I think all summer we've spent kind of noticing the cases slowly decreasing over time. I think one important thing is we don't know all the cases because a lot of people are doing home tests, and the reportable ones have this kind of steady decrease. That's true for the Wisconsin and the United States as well. I think, like you said, what we're really watching is what happens when we go into fall and winter, when all respiratory viruses increase and people are closer together. We do expect kind of a rise in cases.
Is it concerning that the free at-home test is being eliminated by the federal government?
Yeah, I think it does make it a little harder for people to know, obviously, they have COVID. I think, some awareness about ways to get those tests now, the federally funded tests, and think about, does my insurance cover a certain amount of tests? What are my resources in the community from public health going into this fall?
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot. As a matter of fact, we did a story on it earlier at 4 about an Omicron-specific vaccine that is going to be coming out this fall. The recent guidance, most recent guidance from the CDC sort of recommended just living with the virus. So how does that mesh with urging people to get another vaccination?
Yeah, the vaccines, the strongest part of vaccines and the whole point of it from the beginning really was to prevent severe disease and death. And, the vaccine was good at that. The boosters have, kept people's immunity up. And that's the point of the new booster as well. I think, over the summer, those people that were eligible for a booster also were recommended to get it for that same reason, that immunity was starting to wane for some people. And this new kind of Omicron specific has actually hit at a time where a lot of people's immunity is waning, whether it was from infection earlier this summer or spring, or if it was from the last shot they got.
Yeah, it changes all the time. So we'll keep an eye on that. Dr. Shirley, thanks for being with us today.
We appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado pickups. Plus, get 2.89% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Fur, you won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So take Allegra before allergy symptoms take over you.
And new Allegra Hives works from the inside to relieve itching and reduce hives for 24 hours.
If Tim Michaels is governor, here's what reproductive health care would look like in Wisconsin. Providing abortions? A felony. Exceptions in cases of rape or incest? None. Here's what Michaels says to Wisconsin women who get pregnant after being raped. To ask her to go through the birth is not unreasonable. Tim Michaels is a radical and divisive politician coming for your rights. Wisconsin women deserve better. Vote no on Tim Michaels.
Research shows that people remember ads with young people having a good time. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a pool party.
Look what I brought!
Liberty Mutual! They customize your home insurance!
So you only pay for what you need. Young people having a good time with insurance. Young people, good times, insurance.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tonight at 5, teacher shortages, mental health crisis, and a lack of school supplies are all problems many Wisconsin public schools face. News 3 Now questions whether the $90 million investment in K-12 education will be enough to overcome the issues. Coming up at 5.
News 3 Now Sports brings you the Badger Blueprint. Join us every week for an exclusive look at Wisconsin football. From the practice field to the locker room, the game day previews and highlights. Badger Blueprint, Wednesdays only on News 3 Now at 10.
Reading on this.
And we're going to be taking a look at our 3 things we're going to need to know for the rest of this week. It's going to be sunny and cool throughout the course of today going into tonight, but we are warming just a tad bit with the 80s through the next few days as we head into Friday. And then late Friday, we could see a bit of a shot of some rain, but other than that, folks, it is going to stay dry throughout the near future. That's going to do it for weather. Send it back to you guys.
Looking good, Julian. Thank you. Tomorrow here on Live Before, CBS travel editor Peter Greenberg says hold off for a few more weeks before you buy an airline ticket.
And Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will be here to take your plant and garden questions live. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient, full-line automaker. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
If you have advanced non-small cell lung cancer, your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Together, Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system launch a response that fights cancer in 2 different ways. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more time together, more family time, more time to remember. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about the combination of 2 immunotherapies, Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
Wisconsinites don't back down from hard work. We got self-starters and never stoppers. Folks who help feed a nation. Pioneers in innovation. Teachers and third shifters like my parents. You deserve a senator who protects your jobs, not one who sends them overseas. I work to bring manufacturing back home so we can make things in Wisconsin again. When we harness what we have, we can change where we're going. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Patio doors, patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors.
We do patio doors. That's ScottTheWindowGuy.com.
In today's Final Touch, it seems dolphins are even more like humans than we thought.
Especially when it comes to the dating scene. In a new study, scientists found the marine mammals share the concept of wingman with their human counterparts. Researchers analyzed the social structure of bottlenose dolphins and found males of the species team up to help each other to find other mates. The teams allow the male dolphins to spend more time with their female dolphin of choice, increasing the likelihood of a connection. Like any good bromance, researchers say the bonds between male dolphins also create social ties that have long-term benefits for the male dolphins. So there you have it.
That's my bro.
Bromance, yes, exactly. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.